Well, hey there, everyone. So this week we're gonna do some sewing again, and it's going to be autumn themed because we are in autumn, even though it's still 100 degrees outside. So pretty much what I'm going to be doing this week is I've been seeing this. I'm sure you've seen it. This like cider dress that's like a corset dress, and I immediately had to make that. But I wanted to make it autumn themed. So what I did is I went to Goodwill and I found some autumn themed material. So I did pick up multiple materials to use, but I think I'm gonna start with just one. So for the top of the dress that I'm gonna make, I got this little table runner. It's like a tapestry kind of, so it's gonna be a little annoying to work with, but it'll be very cute because I think all the cider dresses are all like tapestry-y anyways. So I'm going to make the top corset part out of that, and then I'm playing around. I'm really gonna have to see today how I'm doing time-wise, but if I can finish this one dress today, I might do a second one because I picked up another table runner that's in tapestry material that's like jack-o'-lanterns. It's currently washing, so I can not show you right now. But if I finish this today, I might make a second one with that material. So we're going to see how that goes. But first, we're just going to start with this one. And this is going to be very cute, very autumny. So yeah, the first thing I have to do is I need to draft out the corset pattern. So basically, it looks like a pretty like flat top all the way around with spaghetti straps, and then a very small like V down on the bottom. So I need to go ahead and draft that out, and then I can start to cut out all my material. Boning wise, I don't think I'm gonna go as crazy with boning as I usually do in my corsets. Probably just the front, just so that the grommets are stabilized. And that's about it because I don't think Cider's is very structured, and I don't think I really need it to be structured. So I think that's what I'm going to stick with for now. And then for the skirt, I did pick this green sheer curtain up. I'm flexible on what the skirt can be. I'm playing around if I want to use a different color or material. But for now, let's say I'm going to use this because I think that'd be pretty cute together. But yeah, let's go ahead and start that, and then hopefully I can get this done today so I can make a more Halloweeny one, or I can just save the material for a different week and do some other project. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. On a side note, completely unrelated to anything, while I was thrifting, I found the cutest bowls. There were 3 of these, so I did pick these up because they're so cute. Oh, I love them. And then this I look for every single time I go to Goodwill. It's a mini Dutch oven. So yeah, sorry, side note. But that was a really good thrifting day. This is gonna be like my fairy cottage dream. Oh, I want to eat soup in this so bad. Okay. So for the pattern making, I'm adjusting the pattern that I used for the patchwork corset that I just did about 2 weeks ago. And I'm pretty much just taking out the arms and shortening it a little bit. And then it can be cut out of this tapestry material, and I just kind of place it where I want the design to be. And this is the most important part of working with tapestry material, is if you even breathe on this stuff before you finish the edges, it will absolutely fall apart. So the first thing I did with the 2 front pieces and the back piece is I made a little serging stitch along all of these edges so that it didn't fall apart. Then once I was done, I could cut out the lining material. Now to start sewing things together, you pretty much just take the two front bodice pieces and put them right sides together along the sides of the back bodice piece of both the lining and the outer fabric. And once you have those pieces, you can lay them right sides together and sew all the way along except for the bottom. After that, you can turn it right sides out, and I only clipped the corners rather than clipping the curves because, again, I just wanted to keep the fraying down as much as possible because this will fall apart. So I clipped the corners, turned it right sides out, and then ironed it. And then once you iron it, you can go ahead and I just top stitched very close to the edge just so it laid a bit more flat. And then I sewed the one boning channel on both sides of the front piece. Okay, so a little bit of a change of plans. So actually, since this top took so little time, I'm just gonna go ahead and start the one for the second dress. So for the second dress, I got this table runner, which is also tapestry material. So that's gonna be really freaking cute. So I am going to go ahead and cut out the top for that and make that, because it literally took me like less than an hour, and this whole dress process is going to be so fast. Also, I ordered some stuff that's coming in tomorrow, so I kind of want to get everything I can done now while I'm waiting. So I ordered some lace to go along the top and straps, so I'm mainly waiting on stuff for the straps. And then I also ordered some strap adjusters to make it a little bit fancier and easier to wear. So I'm going to wait to do the straps tomorrow. But so far, I don't have grommets on it yet. So far, we've got the mane of this bodice here. So pretty much all I have left for this is to put the grommets on and then make the skirt. So that's going to be really, really, really fast. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this other top while I'm waiting. Now again, for the second piece, we're going to cut it out of this table runner. And as you can see, I was running a little bit out of space. And then again, close those edges, serge the edges, do whatever you can to keep this intact. And then we're going to do the same thing that we did for the front, where we're going to take the two front bodice pieces and sew them right sides together down the sides of the back piece. And then once again, you're going to place them right sides together. So all the way around, clip the corners, turn it right sides out, and then I top stitched the edges and then did that one boning channel along the front. Okay, now that I've got the other top where I want it, I am going to procrastinate the skirts just a little bit longer. And I'm going to make a modesty panel, because with these dresses, I'm planning to wear them with or without a shirt underneath. In the case that I do wear them without a shirt underneath, I want a little panel on that little corset part so that I could stick in, and so you don't see like inside of the dress. So basically what a modesty panel is you just make a literal like little square rectangle panel that that is the same material as your corset, so that you can stick it right in between where the little corset part is, and it gives you a little modesty. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then keep procrastinating the skirts. Now for the little modesty panel, you can see I only had a teensy tiny bit of material to work with here. So that's kind of what I based the measurements of this panel off of. And I basically just cut out a rectangle of both of the fabrics and then the same measurement for the lining. And once again, serge the edges. And then from there, I can sew them right sides together except for the bottom piece, because I'm going to use that to turn this right sides out, and then I will iron it and then top stitch it while closing that gap. And then these modesty panels are done. So basically, if there's a gap when this is all laced up, you just put this little panel in the gap and it covers it. Just a nice little modesty panel. So it is just now coming to my attention that I cannot get this on if I don't have a zipper on the back, because I made it like a corset, which is supposed to be like cinching tight. And if the bottom, which has to connect at the front, is all the way tight, I cannot get this on. So I'm gonna have to put zippers in the back here, but I'm gonna wait until I have the skirt stuff, because I'm just gonna have to chop this in half and then put the zipper on. But I want to put the skirt on first so that I can attach it to the skirt as well. So that's what we're gonna do. I think I might go to Goodwill and get some more material, or see what they have for material, because I'm not really vibing with the skirt stuff that I have now. So this might be it for today, and then tomorrow I'll work on the straps and the skirt and then putting the lace on, and I will be done. So that's pretty solid for today, at least. Okay, it is the second day, so I did end up going back to Goodwill last night and getting some more skirt material, because I felt like what I had just wasn't it. So the first thing I got was this massive thing of black satin. I'm only going to use a portion of it, and that's going to go on the jack-o'-lantern top. And then for the other more light top, I got this material. It's pretty stretchy and pretty see-through, so I might have to do 2 layers of this. But that's gonna go with the other top. And then I did get my lace in, and I do have a black lace coming in for the other dress, so this one will be just for that first dress. And then I got my like adjustable strap kit. So for today, I have to chop the there's my cat. I have to chop the back of these corset tops and get them ready for the zipper. So I think before I do that, I'm going to put on the grommets so that I can tie the top together, so that I don't have like 2 separate pieces that I'm sewing onto the skirt. So I'm going to do the grommets. I need to do the straps, at least on the first dress, because I have the lace for that. And then I need to do the skirt and then the zipper. So hopefully we can get all of that done today on both of the dresses. Later today I do have the black lace coming in, so just whenever that gets in determines when I can do the other dress with the lace. But yeah, that's what we're looking like. I think we're in pretty good standing. I think we can do it. Once I've put the grommets on, it is time to chop this in half. So I split it in half and I literally just chop it. And now, since I have created a new exposed edge, I will be serging both the outer fabric and the lining together, mainly just so I can keep the tapestry enclosed. And now that I have 2 separate pieces, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lace up the corset to make it all one piece, and then I'm going to tack the bottom because this needs to stay closed and together for when I sew on the skirt. Now it is finally time for the skirt, so I cut out the length that I want, which is just a giant rectangle. And when I'm sewing these together, I'm going to leave a little gap, and that's going to be where the bottom of my zipper is, so that it can go below the waistband. And then I am going to zigzag the edge of this skirt on the inside as well to keep down the fraying. And then I used my pleating foot to ruffle this as much as I could. And then I'll pin the skirt evenly around the bodice and sew all the way around. And then again, just to keep down on the fraying, I'm going to put a bias tape on the inside of this waistband, and that's just going to keep everything nice and neat on the inside. Now for the zipper, this isn't going to be very informative, but basically I just placed it right sides together and sewed it down on both sides, and then I did top stitch around the zipper at the end just to keep things nice and flat. And then the last thing to do was to cut the skirt to where I wanted it to be and hem it. Alright, so the black dress is almost done. Literally the last thing I need to do is do the straps and do the lace, but I am still waiting for that lace to get in. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and finish up the white dress. Surprisingly, the zipper worked very well on the black dress, so hopefully I can replicate that for the white dress. And as a solution to the see-through skirt, I have bought a slip so that I don't have to do 2 layers of this skirt because I really don't want to. So that's where we're at right now. I need to do the skirt, the straps, the lace, because I do have the lace for the white dress, and then that will be done. And then as soon as the lace comes in for the black dress, then that will be done. So we're chugging along. And now time for the other skirt. We're going to do the same exact process as the last one. So I'm going to sew the skirt right sides together, and again leave that little space at the top so that I could sew my zipper onto it. Then I used my pleating foot to gather it as much as I could. After that, the skirt could be attached to the bodice right sides together. And then again, a bias tape is put on the waistline. And then the zipper is attached once again, and I do a top stitching around it to keep everything flat. And then again, the skirt is cut to where I want it to be and hemmed. Now it's time for the straps. So instead of using the material of the bodice or anything, I just ended up using a bias tape. So basically the first thing I have to do is sew that closed. And again, this isn't going to be a great tutorial for a strap, so if you want to find a better one, I urge you to look somewhere else. But I do need 2 pieces for the straps, so there's 1 long piece and 1 small piece. Once the bias tape is sewed and closed, I can add the lace on top of it. And then for the little small piece, there's a little hoop that you put in and then sew it in half to close it. And then once you put that little loopy piece on the end of the large piece, you again just sew the end to close it. And then once everything is fitted correctly, it's time to add it to the dress. Now ideally, this step would have been done while you were making the top with the lining and the outer fabric, but I was too lazy and too scared to figure that out on my own, so I just went ahead and just tacked it on to the inside. And then finally, the lace could be added to the top and the bottom of this bodice, and then this dress was done. Now again, we're going to do the same process with the black dress, where we're going to take a black bias tape and sew it closed, add the lacing, put everything together, and then add it to the dress. And then finally, the lace can be added to both the top and the bottom, and we are ready for the final look. I think these both turned out so freaking cute. I'm in love with them. I think they turned out pretty close to how the actual cider dress is. Oh, my sleepy baby is awoken. Yeah, I think this turned out really, really close to the cider dress. And I'm glad that I was able to find that these, like, table runners, I, in the past, have hated working with tapestry fabric, but that was before I learned a lot more than I have learned now, which is to encase all the seams so that they don't fall apart while I'm using them. Which would have been great to know when I first started out. So, note to self, or note to you, if you are using tapestry material, finish those edges before you even breathe on them. But yeah, these turned out so cute. I love the autumn look to them, and they do look good without the shirts underneath as well. I just liked playing with the layers. And I feel like, is it too far-fetched to say I could wear this on an outing? Like, this one would be a nice little, like, Halloween dress, and then the other one I think would be a normal wear as well. A little different than what other people usually wear in society, but I don't want to be like other people in society. And I also think that the white one would be really good for the Ren Fair, especially with the shirt that I put underneath, like if I was going on like a casual day, because it's still like dressed up, but like the short of the skirt makes it not so hot. And it's still like corsety, so it's still great for the Ren Fair. So another candidate for the Ren Fair. But yeah, these just turned out so well. I'm glad that I did both of them. Otherwise, this would have been a very short video. And I like the dynamic of like the dark and the light with these videos. So yeah, if you see a table runner at Goodwill, make one of these maybe. I think this turned out so close to the cider dress. The only difference is that I obviously have a shorter bodice because of my short torso. Like, I feel like if I were to buy the cider one, I would have an issue with it being too long on me because of that issue. So making it was a great alternative, and I got to thrift material for it. So I'm sustainable. I'm also very glad that I went and picked up these two fabrics from Goodwill for the skirts, because I just really wasn't happy with the options that I had before, and I didn't want, like, I was so happy with the tops, I didn't want to screw them up with like a crappy material for the bottom. So I'm so glad that I went back and I picked these up. It really just like makes the dress. I'm also glad that I did these modesty panels, especially since I had to shorten it in the back when I added the zipper. I was not really prepared for that, so I'm glad that I did prepare with the modesty panel because it blends so well. And it's perfect, so I don't have to tighten it all the way and die. So yeah, let me know if you liked this. Get ready for some spoopy content coming up soon, because October's coming up. I think I have an idea of what I want to do in October. I just have to hash it out, if I even do a theme. I have for the past 2 years done a theme, so please chomp away. I'm not trying to film or anything. Thank you. So, anywho, if you like what I did, go and like and subscribe. I post most Saturdays, mostly at noon, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching!